Welcome to News Beacon, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. In late 2025, sweeping American tariffs rattled the global economy, sending shockwaves through financial markets and boardrooms around the world. The new tariffs targeted everything from foreign-made movies to heavy-duty trucks, casting a wide net over countless industries and products. The Trump administration's goal was clear: force foreign companies to build in the US and boost American jobs, hoping to reignite domestic manufacturing. For global automakers, the tariffs were a seismic shock, threatening established supply chains and business models overnight. Amid the chaos, Porsche, the iconic German sports car maker, faced swirling rumors it would shift production to the US to dodge the new tariffs and protect its American market. In June, Porsche shut down the speculation, declaring, "No such plans are in place." The company's statement was firm and unequivocal. This wasn't defiance for its own sake. It was a calculated business decision, rooted in careful analysis and long-term vision. CEO Oliver Bloom and his team concluded that building a US factory simply didn't make financial sense for Porsche's scale, given their specialized production and relatively low volumes. While other companies scrambled to appease Washington, announcing new investments or shifting production, Porsche stood firm, betting its brand could weather the tariff storm. For Porsche, Made in Germany isn't just a slogan. It's the core of its identity, a mark of engineering excellence and tradition. Moving production would risk diluting the brand's DNA, a risk Porsche refused to take, even in the face of economic pressure. The company's stance highlighted that tariffs don't force a single response. Each brand must weigh the costs of compliance versus resistance, balancing short-term pain against long-term values. Porsche's refusal to move production became a symbol of the complex choices facing global businesses, and a testament to the power of brand identity in a turbulent world. Porsche's decision was all about numbers, not politics. The US is important, but Porsche's sales volume there is too low to justify the massive investment a new factory would require. Even sharing a Volkswagen Group plant in Tennessee wouldn't work. Porsche's specialized processes and quality standards are too different. Made in Germany is a key reason customers pay a premium for Porsche. Shifting production would risk eroding that value. Porsche's diverse, highly customizable lineup makes US assembly even less practical. Centralizing production in Germany is far more efficient. For Porsche, absorbing tariffs is less costly than replicating its entire production ecosystem abroad. The math is simple: keep building in Germany, even if it means higher prices in America. By keeping production in Germany, Porsche exposes itself to US tariffs on every car it sells in America. These tariffs can add thousands of dollars to the price of each vehicle, making German engineering a costly luxury for American buyers. The company must either absorb the cost, hurting profits, or pass it to customers, risking sales. For a brand built on exclusivity, this dilemma is especially sharp, as price sensitivity grows even among affluent buyers. This comes as Porsche faces slowing luxury demand worldwide, with economic uncertainty making buyers more cautious about big-ticket purchases, and fierce competition in China from new electric brands. These upstarts are rapidly gaining ground, challenging Porsche's dominance in a key market. The global shift to EVs has been costly, and US tariffs add more pressure. Porsche must invest heavily in innovation while managing rising expenses. Porsche is betting its brand is strong enough that loyal buyers will pay a premium for German-built cars. The company's heritage and reputation for quality are its greatest assets. But if prices climb too high, even die-hard fans may look elsewhere. The risk of losing customers to rivals is real, especially as alternatives multiply. The company is walking a tightrope: maintain margins or risk losing market share. Every decision now carries greater weight for Porsche's future. Porsche's US strategy is now a high-stakes gamble on brand loyalty. The outcome could determine its position in the world's most lucrative car market. While others bend to political pressure, Porsche accepts the financial hit to protect its heritage. the company's commitment to Made in Germany is unwavering. The coming years will reveal if this was a bold masterstroke or a costly miscalculation. The stakes have never been higher for Porsche's global ambitions. The stakes, Porsche's US future, and the value of Made in Germany. For Porsche, the American market is both a challenge and an opportunity. In a world of shifting trade winds, Porsche's stand is a test of brand over policy. The company's resolve will be tested as global dynamics evolve. The outcome could reshape luxury auto strategies worldwide, setting a precedent for how iconic brands navigate turbulent times. Porsche's stance contrasts sharply with Audi, its Volkswagen Group cousin. Audi is moving forward with US manufacturing, planning a new factory to shield its bestsellers from tariffs. Executives frame this as a long-term strategy, not just a reaction to tariffs, but the timing is telling. Audi's higher US sales volume justifies the investment, unlike Porsche's niche lineup. Models like the Q5 and Q7 compete with BMW and Mercedes, both of which already build in America. For Audi, local production is essential to stay competitive on price and availability. Volkswagen Group's CEO allows each brand to choose its own path. Porsche bets on prestige, Audi on local production. This split strategy shows there's no one-size-fits-all answer to tariffs, even within the same corporate family. The result? Two German brands, two very different American dreams. The 2025 tariffs shook more than just automakers. European truck giants like Daimler saw stock prices plunge as new tariffs threatened profits. Pharma firms scrambled. AstraZeneca pledged $50 billion in US investment to avoid drug tariffs, while Pfizer cut deals for tariff reprieves. Not all companies moved production to the US. Some, like Traton Group, shifted from China to Vietnam to dodge tariffs. These moves show tariffs spark a global scramble, not just onshoring. Some invest big in America, others bet on their brand, and many simply reroute supply chains. The result? Unpredictable costs, higher prices, and a world where long-term planning is harder than ever. Tariffs are a blunt tool, and their ripple effects are anything but simple. America's tariffs have forced entire nations to react. Japan's factory output fell as uncertainty chilled investment and exports. US farmers suffered as China retaliated, slashing imports of American beef and soybeans. Even countries like Switzerland felt the shock. Its currency surged as investors sought safety, hurting Swiss exports. Central banks intervened, buying billions in foreign currency to stabilize markets. Some nations, like South Korea and Japan, pledged massive US investments for tariff relief, but the details remain murky. These megadeals are fraught with complications and disputes. The world is now shaped as much by political negotiation as by economic logic. Trade wars rarely have clear winners, just shifting pain. The scramble to adapt is the new global reality. For American car buyers, tariffs mean one thing: higher prices at the dealership no matter what you're shopping for. Whether you're looking for a luxury import or a practical family car, the impact is felt across the board. Porsche faces a tough choice: absorb the extra cost or pass it on to customers. In reality, most buyers will see higher price tags on models like the Cayenne or 911, making these dream cars even less attainable for many. Even with Audi's US factory, not every model is safe. High-end imports and specialty vehicles will still be hit with tariffs, leading to noticeable price hikes that can't be avoided. Tariffs don't just affect new cars, they also raise the cost of replacement parts. That means even made-in-America vehicles can become more expensive to repair and maintain, hitting owners in the long run. Today's cars are built from components sourced worldwide. Tariffs on imported parts drive up costs for manufacturers, which eventually trickle down to consumers, making every vehicle on the lot more expensive. The result? Fewer choices on the showroom floor, higher prices, and more confusion for buyers trying to navigate a changing market. The goal of tariffs is to make foreign goods less attractive. But in the auto world, domestic alternatives may be limited, or may also see price increases due to higher parts costs. Whether you're eyeing a German sports car or a reliable family sedan, tariffs are likely to impact your wallet, regardless of your preference or budget. The bottom line is clear: Trade wars and tariffs make cars less affordable for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned car enthusiasts. Consumers find themselves caught in the crossfire of global economic policy, with little control over the outcome, but plenty of consequences to face. The sticker shock is real, and for now, it's a reality that car buyers will have to live with every time they step onto the lot. Tariffs are supposed to create US factory jobs, and Audi's new plant seems to prove the point. But Porsche's refusal to build in America shows tariffs don't guarantee onshoring. Some companies invest, others resist, and some just move factories to cheaper countries. If tariffs raise car prices and cut sales, US auto jobs could actually shrink. Retaliatory tariffs from other countries can devastate American exports. Just ask US farmers. Even US factories that export, like BMW's South Carolina plant, could be hurt if Europe strikes back. The result is a high-stakes tug-of-war: new jobs in some places, job losses in others. The net effect is unpredictable and varies by region and industry. A new factory may boost one town, while another community suffers from lost exports. The promise of more jobs is powerful, but far from certain. Tariffs are a gamble, not a guarantee. Porsche, Audi, and others are navigating a new era where trade policy is unpredictable and political risk is high. The old model of global supply chains is giving way to regionalization: produce where you sell. This hedges against tariffs but raises costs and shrinks consumer choice. Mass-market brands may have to localize, while niche brands like Porsche try to hold the line. For consumers, expect fewer options and higher prices as global trade fragments. The bold stand by Porsche is a symbol of this crossroads: heritage versus protectionism. The future could bring more domestic manufacturing or more trade wars and higher living costs. Companies must become more agile and politically savvy. Consumers will feel the impact as politics shapes the marketplace. The era of easy globalization is over. The road ahead is winding and uncertain.